Hello, my lovely Aries. As I started getting ready to do this reading, I was hearing heave ho, heave ho. And I was trying to figure out what that was. And then I realized I was getting the image of somebody loading cargo onto a boat, onto a ship. And at first I was thinking, why am I hearing that and not like dragon boat drum beating? And I realized it's because this is for the week of July 28th, and it may not relate to exactly now, but I feel like this is about preparing for something that's coming. And this, for me, is about you, my very, very, very determined Aries. For those of you in the collective that I'm reading for, it looks like you are getting your boat loaded, your ship loaded with what you need so that you can head off in the direction that you want to go in. You're setting your sails and you are determining the route. What I've got here is that real sense of you've made up your mind about something. What it feels to me is though you've made up your mind about something and you now have started making preparations to go in the direction you want to go. Now, whether or not this actually means you moving physically or just shifting things, what I've got here is remorse and guilt. Like it doesn't serve anything right now at this point. It's really relevant for you to get rid of stuff that you don't need. And so this can be really practical stuff, especially if you're moving. But I feel when it's really about this deeper sense of moving towards what is in alignment with your high heart, that it's about clearing away whatever remorse or guilt you might have that holds you back or has been holding you back. And the beliefs, the attitudes, the old stories that might be holding you from actually being able to take off. But I tell you, and there you go, trying versus doing. When I get cards like that, that are two words, remorse and guilt, trying versus doing, clear and clean, that says to me there's change. There is a new thing and an old thing. And so this really goes along with what I feel here when I get the resistance card, which is that when you find yourself in resistance to something, it can give you the momentum to change, to move forward. That it's actually, as much as it can be painful and difficult and really irritating, it's usually a sign that there is something deeper in you that's not being answered. There's a deeper calling in you, a deeper need that may not be satisfied by what has come to feel restrictive. So, of course, we're always growing to the edge of who we are, and then if we want more, if we want to see ourselves differently, if we're prepared to see ourselves differently and question our beliefs and our consciousness, then we grow beyond whatever was creating the resistance for us. And it might be a whole new situation, or it might be how we've been dealing with the situation. So I don't want you to think, Aries, for those of you who have no plans of leaving anything or ending anything, it can really only be within your own mind and within your own way of doing things that this big journey happens. It can be an inward journey that shifts what your belief structure is around your value, your worth, what you're able to have, what you would like to have. What I see because of the ship is it feels to me as though there is, now you're getting grace, and it goes along with prayerfully. So for me, this is really very much about a spiritual journey. However it plays out on the earth plane, it feels to me like this is really about you using all that wonderful determination and that sense of being able to lean into trusting yourself and trusting your own ability to do things and move forward. You can be extremely passionate. You can be extremely determined and dedicated. When you get something in your mind to do it, you do it. And this is something that I feel is happening for you now, and it's really shifting into a higher gear for you and into a higher frequency. Now, I see there may be a cat jumping up ever so soon. She's giving us a little bit of a break. So I'm just going to finish up by saying, Aries, that you have got, and now you've got the sorry, not sorry card, which to me is perfect when you're talking about moving out of resistance to create more of the life that you want. And you've got the grace card. Listen, I love this card. I love this card. Grace is not earned. Grace is a state in which we receive, for no apparent reason, a divine influence, which strengthens us in a way that eases whatever problematic or miserable state we find ourselves. Grace needs only to be accepted in order to be received. You are receiving divine grace, and you are receiving the support. So stay prayerful, stay aware of the divine, stay aware that you are being helped and guided in whatever transitional phase you're in, wherever you're transitioning from and to. You've got the support, okay? You can be some of the hardest workers. I know it's easy to say that about a lot of signs, but what I've seen with Aries is when they are determined to do something, they make it happen. And what I've seen also is that there's a certain quality of being willing to go out and try something new and do something different. And that is really it's a very exciting quality to be around and to see. And I have to say that, some of my Aries, oh my gosh, I'm just thinking about one of my best friends now who is an Aries. And I just always loved the attitude that she had when she wanted to travel and go away for months. She would look at her bank account and say, I don't have the money to do it. And she would do it anyway, and the money would come. She would figure it out. She did not let it stop her. And she's lived a marvelous life and is living a marvelous life. So that's the quality. It's like you want to do it. You have a sense to do it. You know what you need to do to make it happen. And there you go. It's the confidence, knowing that you're going to be able to do it and pull it together. I'm going to stop now, Aries. It's repetition. Go for it, girls, guys, folks, people. This is exciting. I love ships. Take care.